Chúc mọi người xem stream vui vẻ. Hôm qua không stream, hôm nay phải stream bù. Và không biết ra banner mới chưa nhỉ? Banner mới thì chắc là không đu đâu. Có đu không nhỉ? Có nên đu không? Nóng chảy hết mồ hôi. Ra banner mới rồi nè.
Hello, nice. Barbados, got this. Go as planned. Go as planned. Go as planned. Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of... Take flight. Sakura swirl. Go as planned. I swear by my sword. Go as planned. No, my sword! My apologies! Rain outlines your fate. Ad Astra Abyss. Ad Astra Abyss.
Konbanwa. Sorry, I can't speak Japanese. Can you speak English? I don't know Japanese. Sorry.
Barbara at the cathedral if you're injured.
Hay được thành thành. Dạ, thằng Weibo này.
According to the letter,
Người đợi
this
mình
should be
tí
the
nữa.
place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait, we're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so? What kind?
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it.
Mọi người đợi mình tí nha. Không sao cả, Weibo đồng lại. Không sao hết. Mọi người nhớ like, share và subscribe cho mình nha. Like và share đi.
What kind of tea is this? What kind of tea is this?
Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Hyman doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Con chó.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that?
Relax. No need to look so Huh. So you didn't...
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
all right. I've had my fun.
Hey, you're
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. So I came up with this little fun greeting. But in all seriousness, I would like to... It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato. And whether you
Don't think that.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself... Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so you've heard of it. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god.
This area sure feels gloomy. People Huh?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are...
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will. As such, She relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku Decree, the Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow.
Seems like every god has their own.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for vision, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's.
But if that's the case,
Only outlanders such as yourselves would, and yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist.
huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is out.
Sound? What sound?
Yeah, you touched the statue and then.
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person. So if what you. Then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh?
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi? Oh, behind.
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro, consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
Makes sense. She's a.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. At present in Inazuma, in the name of though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom a commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, traveler, lend us your power, and we can. Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I.
No, please! Wait! Please. I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to three whose visions were taken.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry.
Correct. Please do all you can to help.
I'm sure.
Let's see.
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of us?
Precisely. It's much to the children are desperate for you to take them out to play.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also. Teijima has protected this, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near. But now, or we will gladly apologize.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to...
Seems like he's a well...
Thiếu một cái.
A blade embraces its duty.
You must be Tejima. So what...
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. And what made me want to come here 30 years? I don't have answers to those questions. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here.
Okay. Well, in that case... But if... Oh! Maybe if you just
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what?
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find a...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
This looks like Tejima's diary. Let's see what we... Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dried braised salt. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. Seems like... Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of...
Mọi người không xem mà. Sao lại không xem?
So this is the Omamor... interest. But anyway, if he had this with him all...
Đúng rồi.
Here we are! The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty amazing. It looks like... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
Nơi đó nhất định thì chúng ta mới nhà một yên. Ok.
Huh. But he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go get...
Chắc phải đi đánh con samurai để kiếm đồ nâng Ayaka đã.
Well, I'll be... Still, over the years, I must have made a note of it. And just how could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, no. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. I think, although, when I think about it like that, how curious. Why am I thinking like this? I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were... That certainly explains the state. At least we were able to help him. Well,
Hiện tại cứ đi.
according to Miss Kamisato,
Đây.
shall be punished.
Không phải ở đây.
Where are you?
the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's...
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't...
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are...
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We just happened to be we heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provision. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll start...
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a... It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him.
This must be one of the people Ayaka. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of these. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day.
Well, that's strange. You were...
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember that. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was to top it all off, my house was just raided. But if you don't believe me, go find the...
He seems... But we better confirm. We should be able to follow their tracks. They...
Don't worry. Matsuko will be fine.
She's still okay.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be... Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an... You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them...
Another test subject.
You're open.
Barbados, guide us.
Picked.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard. Come on, Bob.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could Kurosawa. Oh, huh? So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see in...
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete... I didn't want anyone else to see. But now that you've caught us...
You've got a deal. Now
Huh?
What the...
They're...
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the... We better talk to this miss. As for you guys...
Yes.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some...
Shut it.
Dạo này Jin không chơi nữa hay sao vậy?
Welcome to Tsukumomon, or perhaps There's... Ah, so you're friends of
Whoa, whoa! How did Kurosawa end up
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently.
So that's how he was getting... But why did he have to purchase a usual
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emerge Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them, so he deemed it necessary to take on the debt.
Wow. No one ever appreciates...
People's attitudes will always reflect their... if you ask me, had Kurosawa... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some... As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions, if you're still curious, why don't... I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name...
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell... I've asked him about his origins. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an
Tối theo
offer
tôi
on
đúng không
it.
vậy?
Everything has its price. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even... Oh, but before you... Information... Don't worry. I won't charge much for it.
At least we now know where the emergency... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again.
Ad Astra Abyss...
What are you doing?
I presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time saver. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that...
Strange. Is that... I don't really have any such... Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for it? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away. This sword, I remember once when I was young. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things. All I can remember now is my father telling me, and said...
Hey! If you look can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two were taking on seemingly endless debts to make up. But what use of virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission sees my vision, and the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person.
Yet another troubled... When we get the chance, let's speak to... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah. See, fortunately for us, let's go find the next person.
Tiếp tục thôi.
The third person who had their vision take... Hyman heard that he's the present-day man. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some...
Nanako, don't worry. Since those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he...
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but
It's just because he's been possessed. That's all. Once the...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to... Don't make me draw my blade, or you...
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about them, but then we got here and... Oh,
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apology. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword. He once said that his goal was to become the... And so, even while training us, he continued... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei, he says the strangest things. Oh, Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think, but if I'm honest...
The Grand Naru...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than...
So, losing your vision could...
So you decided to come. Just now, when Nanako was attending to... When she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept calling those names. One of them was Anzai. He used... Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I...
Tội nghiệp nhờ.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it! Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person!
How? Are you sure? Unless...
Excuse me? And what are you doing?
Bad news? I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that because I don't wish to see Domon or... When we were young, we trained under... I had begun training 5 years before him. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve, but Domon was different. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used. I thought so too at the time. Only then did I realize that he was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. When later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down though, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. So you see... Okay, you've heard my story. You should...
Seems like we got it still, Paimon's not...
You're saying, does that mean that he's just lost his mind? But how...
Nanako.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, but spirits may take a myriad of forms, and all is certainly not lost.
Lady Yai?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami?
Correct. Lady Yai is most... I am unable to say for certain whether an evil...
Excuse me, Miss...
That won't be necessary. All that is... I must leave now, but we will meet...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself...
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei...
Sure! After all, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two. Lady Ai? Also, is it just Paimon? It was probably...
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now.
Lady Yai, it must be this is nothing like him at all.
I'm sorry. It is clear to... But... yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights. As for what has triggered this change, I believe...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai...
Your school practices make Yoshisui stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his men. What of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved Lady Yai? The path of the sword masters filled with twists and turns. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he much like a certain poor sensei.
I'm sorry. It's father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way?
Ansai. You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that it's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way.
But what if one day I put everything I had into trying to become them? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirate, I can't know whether I will suffer. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before...
Nanako's far from the only one. Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hand. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. So, just as I once placed my ambitions on, you are not in the same position that I was. When
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. But as your sensei, this is my promise.
You can count on that. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well, don't just...
So even though his ambition was taken away, has this...
Traveler, a moment, please. So, the wind that blows from afar for us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Eyes. She seems super mysterious. We can come back to...
Chả ai xem nhỉ?
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Ayaka?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you,
Ooh, wait a second.
Oh. Paimon, you are most...
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the...
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, but I believe that surely you understand. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject... Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep walking.
So, what's the deal with this?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato, such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you... The almighty Shogun. She inspires awe, commands respect. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. The issue is this. After all, it is but a tiny... Because of this...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to...
Resistance?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their vision. To say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there was all... But I do wonder whether there may be... Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decision. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in...
Ooh!
Oh?
Have you got a plan yet to fight them?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity.
So what are we gonna...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe rep...
You're telling Paimon...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, the problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu...
Darn! So they...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given my... When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family.
Ok, tiếp tục nào.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've...
Can't you make an exception? I just got...
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things up... Psst. Hey! Wait, huh? There's someone trying to... this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh! Quiet! Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because... Huh? Hey! What? Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I...
Alright, alright.
Why?
What should we do now? This is your
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction. Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but...
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just would...
Whoa, that's quite...
Stop it. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. What?
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say. Then it sounds like the sheer but if I just marched straight in there by myself. So, what about if I...
Sure, welcome to the team. Ayaka told us...
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station.
Whoa, talk about a
Not bad, huh? Let's go.
Time to break.
Okay, let's go.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot...
Come on, this way. As long I certainly wouldn't want to end up... We should split up. I've got a...
you sure?
Yes,
Talk about a big door. Seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Show me what you've got!
I must withdraw.
I swear by my sword.
Watch your step!
Go as one.
Earthen! Bastard!
Who goes there?
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it.
I've lost.
These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
hear me.
Go as one!
Brace yourself. Don't hold back.
Soldiers, quick!
Allow me. It's like
You must withdraw.
Show me what you've got. Slash! I dare you. Don't hold back. Get them. Show me what you've got.
No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse. Take flight! Embrace the ice!
Hey! I dare you.
Go as
I
one!
lost.
I swear by my sword!
Watch yourself. Show me what you've got.
Go as one!
I need to train harder. I've been bested.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Teach me a lesson. I dare you. Show me what you've got.
Rain outlines your fate.
Allow me.
Ring cutter!
Watch yourself.
Go as one!
Show me what you've got.
Wind, hear me!
You must withdraw.
Show me what you've got. Allow me. It's like first. Watch your step.
Barely a scratch!
Show me what you've got.
Sakura swirl!
I've been bested. I need to train harder.
Go as one!
That must be Master.
Did you really think that little trick of yours, locking you?
Oh no! Those Tenryo...
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya?
I can't bear to watch. If anything...
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ai đây?
Ma'am.
Oh, Kujo Sara.
We were just teaching him a little lesson.
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission.
Make way. Let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Hey, this is our chance.
Yoimiya, are you sure now?
Who is that? Quick, going in.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time.
Huh? Was that an explosion? It sounded like... Quick, let's hurry!
Okay.
The fireworks were...
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was... Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear!
Yoimiya, is that...
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so...
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back.
Bị phát hiện hả?
Oh.
Yes. He's in serious condition. Be sure... But remember, once he's recovered...
Well...
Con bé này là người tốt rồi. Yeah, xong.
Yes. Finally.
Master Masakatsu,
Don't worry. I think I can make it.
thank you. All of you.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujosara. It seems as though there are some okay people. How about we go tell Ayaka?
Rồi, hôm nay tới đây thôi nha. Bye bye mọi người. Tối thì chơi tiếp.